up for good this time.
Yeah.
And at this point, Lionel is disheveled. He looks insane. He hasn't shaved in a little bit.
And he's just going to get
He's got, like, this trench coat on, and he's got, like, more tranquilizer
he's going to get the tranquilizer. And, he runs into her, and, like, he's just, like, she says, like, he says, like, we're done. And then he changes his mind and tries to run back and grab a hold of her, like, listen, no, he's trying to tell her. And then Roger shows up and fucking...
thinks he's accosting her.
Yeah, thinks that, like, get your hands off her, you idiot, and whatever.
Punches him out.
Punches him and knocks him out and everything like that. And then grabs her and brings her inside, and she looks back at Lionel. I'm like, why don't speak up, lady? What the fuck?
Let's go, Paquita.
Yeah, and she goes.
So Lionel takes the zombie baby for a walk in the park.
Now, this is the scene we were referencing earlier that makes no sense, doesn't further the plot, but is incredible.
He then sits down. He sees a mother with her baby,
because
and starts mimicking everything that she's doing. He's doing, but it's like instead of like the baby going, "Oh, coochie coochie," all that.
Yeah, he grabs a hold of the fucking hand and he's trying to get his hand back.
And then you see a close up, and he's got between the baby and him. There's a barbed wire fence.
Yeah, he's not stupid. So he's done that, and then the baby gets out of the carriage just starts driving away.
Yeah, down a hill.
So he's chasing after it like crazy, and it's the typical scene where there's like a couple having a picnic. He runs through them, and he runs through it, and everything like that. And he gets a hold of the whole thing, and everything's cool. But then the baby comes out.
Yep.
So now he's chasing after the baby.
Yep.
And what everybody else ends up seeing, because this baby is just doing nothing but fucking with people and trying to eat a child at one point in time, he's grabbing a hold of it and punching it full on in the face.
Straight up, just speed bagging it. Just boom, 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 just speed bag. Bah, 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 bah.
And all these parents are looking on, and he's just like, he's got to hit it.
Yeah, he's like baseball bat swinging it into a pole. He's kicking it.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh my God. And then at the end of it, he just holds it, puts it under his coat, hyperactive, and then just runs away.
Yep.
And nobody's calling child services because this man just beat a child senseless in the park?
It's the 50s, you can do that.
I just need a little bit of a smack.
We're not doing this
scene
justice,
please see it.
So go watch it yourself. Yeah. It's worth the time. It's amazing.
This is where Les blackmails Lionel, because he sees the bodies, and he's got the police on the phone, and he's just like, I could be persuaded to hang up the phone.
Yeah, so he's called him up and everything like that, and then he finally is like, the house and the
He's
money.
like, the money.
And the house.
And no, he goes, the money, and then he goes, and then he goes, and the house. And then he hangs up the phone.
Yeah.
Cut to Les having a big party immediately. He's got all his buddies there. Yeah. Basil's here, and everybody's here.
Yeah, like you do.
And Roger, who won't shut the fuck up about his rugby, has worked on Paquita's last nerve, where she sees the party happening, and she walks away, and he just goes, and he sees that she's gone, and then just proceeds to keep walking, like, not Paquita,
guess
no.
not. Well,
he just accepts his, like, I guess she doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
It sounds to me like this has happened a lot in his life.
Because I think that's it. We never see this character again.
He's just gone. Yeah, you never see him again. He just gave up. I'm like, well, I guess... Because my guess is every time he goes on a date, he starts talking about rugby, and then randomly the girl just disappears.
She fishes around the party, gets into the basement, finds the zombies. Yeah. Lionel saves her from, I think, Void or her mother, one of the two.
Yeah.
And they have to agree that they need to kill these things.
Yeah. Not before Uncle Les attempts to rape her again.
Yeah.
That does happen. Like, and then this is where she kicked him in the balls. And he gets all pissy. And and I'm like, dude, you tried to rape her. Of course she's going to kick you in the balls. What the fuck's wrong with you? And he's sitting there with a giant, again, comical-looking bottle of beer, icing his nuts down, going, that fucking bitch. And I'm like, oh, God damn it, this is gross.
So...
He gets his, that's what I'm saying.
They're going to inject, instead of sedatives, they're going to inject him with poison. And it says poison on the bottle.
Yeah, of course.
And then they go, and then they bury them. And then the bottle turns over, and it's not poison. No. It's stimulant.
Yep.
And they arise from their grave, all souped up on stimulants. Well, 3 of them. We don't see Vera.
Nope. We haven't seen Mum yet.
And they proceed to attack the party. And everybody gets murdered.
And, yeah, by attack the party, everybody dies.
Yep.
Everybody
Heads
dies.
are getting
Everybody
ripped
turns.
off.
Everybody turns.
Limbs are getting ripped off. Bodies are flying everywhere. Everybody turns.
Oh, so much blood. It is spectacular.
Just short. Every which way you think someone can get killed, they get killed. Les grabs one of them and starts pulling his teeth out.
Yeah. And then this is where I believe it gets insanely comical, where Les just sort of goes, "You go that way, I got this," and just has 2 fucking meat cleavers.
Oh, not yet.
Is that not yet?
That's not yet.
No?
Paquita saves a woman named Rita.
Right.
Lionel fights Void in a bathroom where half of him is not in there anymore, so he's fighting half of Void in a bathtub, puts him on the toilet, takes the top half of the toilet to, like, imprison him.
Yeah.
And then out of this scene, because he escapes, I think, to the roof, some sort of, like, zombie monster gets birthed.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's... Is it from Void, this monster?
I think so, yeah.
And the first thing it does is let out a fart. So I think it's his butthole.
It's gotta be Void, yeah. And, yeah.
And this thing follows Lionel. This, like, little creature follows Lionel. Lionel. Paquita fights the baby.
Yeah, she starts.
And again, it's one of those like, it's she's
usual...
gonna put him in like a food processor, and when she turns it, I love that she's not going to because the baby goes, oh. And she feels bad for a second, and then I think she spits on him, like throws up on her, and then she's like, "Oh, you bastard!" Turns it on. Baby's jumped up, holding onto a light, kicking its little legs, lands on Rita, bites Rita, gets thrown out the window.
Because that's what you do.
Les is running through, pushing through the zombies. He goes, "You gotta let me in!" And then she's Rita like, was going to.
This is the point.
Stops her.
She's like, "Fuck this guy." Yeah.
And then she's just like,
"All right, fine."
God damn it!
Can't do
Pulls him through the window. Yeah. Lionel is attacked. He goes into the attic. He's going through some stuff. Some quick flashback stuff happens. Yeah. And he comes across a body.
And he's got pictures of his father and a blonde woman.
Yeah, that isn't his mother.
Yes.
The body's obviously... Because the hair is still there. I'm like, I don't think that would be a thing.
The hair? Yeah, no, the hair can hang out, yeah.
It is stringy, to be fair. It is stringy. And then the monster shoots out of the body. And he starts razzling with this, like, monster for...
snake-looking typey thing.
For a little while. This is where Les, like, "Oh, don't worry, ladies, I got this."
Yeah, and he fucking throws them out.
Double-fisting meat cleavers.
And just starts comically hacking away. And then we cut, and it cuts away, and it cuts back to him, and he's sitting there, and he's lighting a cigarette, and there's just a pile of body parts twitching.
He's covered in blood. The floor's covered in blood.
Oh, it's so good. And then one's left.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, God damn it!" And he's got to try and kill that.
He gets into the basement too. This is where we see the shadow of Vera.
Yes.
Who's all three, like Void, the priest, and the nurse, are just all souped up. They're all just like, But Vera has turned into something completely different.
Fucking monster.
And you see the shadow of the monster hold up Les, rip him apart.
Yeah.
So he's super fucking dead.
Kind of.
This is where Lionel comes in with the lawnmower at the
He just sort of, because he saw the symbols, so he sees, he's protected, and then he just goes like, "Well, I got to fucking do something."
Party's over.
Yeah, he finds the lawnmower, starts up the lawnmower,
and proceeds about a 5-minute long scene of him chopping up the entire party.
Oh, it's so good.
The entire room is covered in blood. He's chopped everyone up.
Yeah.
I like the first time he's gone through it. You think he gets everyone. He turns around. He's literally only one up the middle.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh God!" Proceeds
and keeps going. Hacks up fucking everybody, and then she's like, "Okay, I finally did it." Shuts it off. He hasn't killed everybody.
No, Void shows up,
or the half of Void
shows up.
And then they start having a fight because he can't get the lawnmower started again.
It's on Void's body is laying on top
eventually
of the blade.
Situated on top of the blade.
Perfectly.
Yeah, and then...
Well, he's pulling, and it's not...
nothing was happening, and then what happens is he gets pinned by the lawnmower, the handle, and Void's on top of the blade trying to reach at him, so he grabs a severed arm and uses that to pull on the cord to get the lawnmower started, but that's not going to kill Void because Void is just on the blade, so he just starts spinning around like a crazy person. And then I believe he just falls, correct?
No, he pulls him in with something. I think using entrails.
Oh, right,
and then he just mulches him.
Right. And he slowly, I remember now, he slowly crawls in and he's trying to get away, but he can't.
I do like it during this scene, he literally starts to run.
Yeah.
And he can't get any traction because of all the blood that's on the ground, so it's literally
slipping and sliding.
It's just literally him running in place comically. And this is the scene where it literally looks like someone off camera.
Yeah.
Has just buckets of this stuff and is just throwing it on him at this point. 1 bucket, 2 buckets,
and he's got this like crazy smile on his face, like
Well, he's got nuts. He's gone Ash Williams nuts.
Yeah,
just killing zombies. It's at this point Paquita sees Les, who is now literally a lower body.
Yep.
The spine, and a head on top.
And again, we're not doing this shit justice. This stuff looks amazing.
Again, for
amazing. For $5 and a pack of chewing gum.
Made for $5.
Yeah.
She takes his... I think she pulls his spine out, whips his head around, and then just bashes it off a table and finishes him off. The baby does kill Rita by... Well, she's a bit at this point, so she's a goner anyways.
Yeah.
But the baby literally...
Well, that was the whole thing, because Uncle Les earlier was trying to kill her because she's been bitten. And...
I've seen the comics!
Yeah, Paquita won't let her. So that's the whole thing.
At this point, the baby gets behind Rita, reaches into her skull.
Oh, this is
with
so
two
good.
hands.
Yeah.
Rips it apart and
does here's Johnny.
Yeah, like reaches in. Yeah, and then pretty much controls Rita.
Yeah, which I don't know the logistics of that, but I'm cool with it.
Rita falls dead. Baby gets thrown again, I think.
Yes.
Then, as they're about to leave, we haven't seen Mum yet.
Nope. Because then she's just basically.
Oh, he basically says,
like, "Go,
get out of here.
You got to get out of here." She's like, "I'm not leaving you," and he's like, "But we haven't seen Mum yet."
Floor starts to rumble and shake, and it's Super Vera.
Yeah.
And it's this again. We can't describe it. It's
beautiful,
this giant,
crazy ass,
this giant monster puppet with her boobs hanging out and her butt hanging out, and just this giant old monster grandma looking thing.
It's fucked up in the best possible way. You just need to see it.
I think it's still voiced by the actress that did Vera. Or is that a different actress?
Possibly. It could be anyone really, because they deepened the voice so much. It could have been anyone.
They scurry up the chimney. Vera crushes through the roof.
Yeah.
And this is where the flashbacks happen, where the flashbacks were his dad, because the whole story is that his dad drowned saving him.
Yeah, and there's a whole, and he's constantly seeing, instead of seeing, like, his father's face, because he's always seeing, like, underwater, instead of seeing his father's face, like you would think, he keeps seeing his mother's face, but he doesn't understand why.
And it turns out that his father and his lover were both drowned in the tub by Vera.
In front of
Lionel was watching.
Yeah.
He confronts his mother about it finally, like stands up to his mother, and I'm like, this is not the time. Now that she's a massive undead beast, now's not the time to stand up to Vera.
No, probably should have did that when she was alive.
She kind of just shoots Paquita off the roof, and Paquita's like hanging on fingertips.
Yeah.
I think her entrails at this point, her stomach opens up.
Yes.
Grabs Lionel, pulls him in, and Paquita thinks he's dead.
It's the symbolism. He's going back in the womb.
Yeah. You're with me forever now, Lionel.
Which is what she wanted anyway.
And then, boom! Hand gets popped out of her with the symbol that he's got. Because it's basically a knife, too. It's like, it's kind of sharp.
It was very sharp, so yeah, it could have easily been a knife.
And he just cuts his way out of her fucking stomach. C-section style.
Yep.
House is on fire at this point. She caves in, falls into the house. It starts to just burn. They somehow... Oh, yeah, there's like a clothesline that they kind of just... I think he takes his belt, fucking adventure style, hooks on... Come on, baby, we're out of here.
Yeah, and they slide down it, and the house being on fire, fire brigade shows up.
I do like the last scene of the baby, just, and then the baby, and then the just house collapse on it.
Yeah, and then it's the fire brigade shows up, is putting it out, and they're just like.
I'm surprised he didn't go up to them and go, "Don't put out the fire."
Yeah, but what's the point? They're all dead anyway. And then he just sort of like they kind of have their like big kiss or whatever, and then he grabs the cross thing again. And throws it in the fire.
Yeah, she's about to like, Lionel, no. He's just like, it's fine.
We're good now.
Like, did you not see?
Yeah, like we covered this. There should have been a sequel. But yeah, that's the end of the movie.
Again, the whole practical of all the zombies,
like,
you know,
Jesus.
there's so many. There's like a zombie head of a